Welcome back, everyone. I am now joined by Paul Castro, the father of the 17-year-old killed in a suspected road rage incident while leaving an Astros game. The suspect is in custody this morning. Thank you for joining us. And I have to tell you, I also have a 17-year-old, and so this hit close to home for me. I have been praying for you and your family so much, and I think you're really brave to be able to talk to us about this. So thank you for that. That being said, I know that you said your prayers were answered when you found out that the suspect was behind bars. Talk to me more about your reaction and how you learned that the suspect was taken into custody.
Thank you, Melissa. And thank you for your prayers. We found out from the police department. We received a call yesterday in the morning, and our number one issue, our number one concern was we didn't want anyone else to get hurt while trying to solve this case. And the police department has been phenomenal throughout this entire process. And what we really wanted is we wanted to make sure that no police officer, no innocent bystander got hurt during the apprehension of the person, especially considering he's already used, a gun multiple times, and possibly in this case as well.
All right, so let's talk more about what's going on with the suspect, because in a perfect world, a suspect would say, yes, I did it. But in this particular situation, he's maintaining his innocence. He says he was at a party, but there were quite a few tips that led investigators to him. Can you tell me more about what you've learned, what was going on and what he's saying now?
Yeah, so, the fact that the suspect is not admitting is understandable. I know the public has access to the charging documents, and there's quite a bit of evidence there that links this particular person to the crime. And so, our family is very much in the space right now where we're hopeful. We're waiting for the justice system to work itself and to appropriately and correctly make a determination about this individual's guilt or innocence.
And what we've seen from you is you have really stayed on top of all of this. You've been there in court. Have you heard anything about the next steps or when we might see him in court again?
Yeah, so he's due for a bail bond hearing either today or tomorrow. And it's very concerning that a person who just was released from prison and who's being accused of this crime, and his prior crime was another gun offense, could be released on as little as, $12,000. Cash, and a bail bondsman could get him out, or some charity that has good intentions but misapplies them in this particular case and allows this person to be back on the streets while he awaits trial, which could be for 2 or 3 years. This person was in jail in October, got out, and is accused of murdering my son. And if in fact he is guilty, for that person to be out and on the streets and with $12,000 for my son sits in a box at a funeral home. That's simply incomprehensible to me.
Well, you're, again, so brave to even be able to talk about this, and you're showing just your strength through what you're doing throughout this. You've been promoting acts of kindness through your loss. Tell me more about that and why you feel like that's so important for us all to take note of that and to actually do something about it in the name of your beloved son.
Yeah, thank you for asking, Melissa. My son was a good kid. He did a lot of things kind of under the radar. There are a lot of good kids out there, and he was a good kid. And so he would help people out. He would sit next to the kid at lunch who didn't have a friend or invite that person to come over. He would, if he got bonus points, he gave them up to his friends who might need some additional points on their report card. Well, he's gone and he can't do that work anymore. And so when people ask, what can I do? There's really not much that we need right now, but what we're missing right now is the goodness that David brought into the world. And so we talk about light and darkness. And our belief is that if every person does a little bit more from themselves, not for David, for themselves, because they're, y'all are good people, we're good people. When good people shine their light a little bit brighter, it makes the world better. And perhaps it makes it less likely for a person like the person who killed my son to do a bad thing because they're surrounded by more light. They don't have that anger that's boiling up inside of them. And so, and then if for nothing else, that's kind of what we're here for at the end of the day, isn't it? It's to help our fellow man, love our neighbor as we love ourselves. No greater commandment is there than that. And so that's kind of where we're operating from, is we would love for more people to show more love and not to dim their light in the darkness and not to be afraid, but instead to go out there and do good things, not just in David's name, but in their own name and in the name of our community, because we have a really special city.
Well, you have a beautiful heart to be able to turn your pain into something special and beautiful for this community. And I hope people take note. I hope they continue to do those acts of kindness. God bless you and your family. You take care of you, and we'll continue to think about you as you go through all of this.
Thank you, Melissa.
All right, we'll be right back.